Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video, that's right, we're going to go through Common 25. No, this is not a joke, and no, it's because I've got a new account. So new account, who dis? This is the Law, as you can see. Pretty high up there, level 51, of course, very, very powerful. And as well, this is the box that I've got, so relatively good stuff. Primarily focused on getting Lancelot, and the reason for that is because of the Mystifiers effect. I've focused on getting as many Mystifiers as I can, as well as my second team, which would be Ethereals. Now, I have a number of other units as well, but they're all just kind of meh, as is at the moment. It is what it is. So that's my box. So let's jump into Rift Odyssey and start from Common 1. I know, it sounds weird, but it is what it is. So we want to have a striker on the team, and the only striker that I do have is Atrops. I do technically have Solomon as a striker, but as you can see, my runes are not great at the moment. I've prioritized as much as I can, but it is what it is. And then the rest of the team, what I'm going to do is pop you, we'll go you, and we will go with Franz as well. So we will stick Astrid in the back. We'll have Lancelot here. No, we're going to have Atrops here to take this blow from Themis. And then Gaia, hopefully, will see us through. Now, my relics, as you can see, not got many relics at all. Many of the legendary relics anyway. So we're going to go with the Cauldron. We'll go with the book as well. What's it called? Oh, it's Book of Toth. And in fact, we're going to go with the Hand of Tyr, because I don't have Knight's Edge on this account either. But we do have our 40% dodge, which will do us great. And unfortunately, I've not technically unlocked the seasonal content yet, so I don't have any artifacts to speak of either. I have been into Clash Domain, but with the latest patch, effectively, we will unlock the, what do you call it? Not bad. That's didn't even need the dodge at that point. But looks like Atrops to do the most because she was in position 1, of course. But it looks like we should be okay, given the teams that we're running. But we are able to access Rift Odyssey, I think, 7 days before we're able to start the season. And what that means is that we can't unlock stuff in the Hope Tree. So I've got nothing in the Hope Tree whatsoever. We cannot unlock the Seraphic Court to start unlocking artifacts either. Well, I can't, at least for another 9 days in the server that I'm in, but it looks like we don't particularly need it at the moment. We are just going to blast through as much of Common as we can and just see how far we can get. So we're going to go ahead and skip, and the reason for that is because we've seen exactly what this team can do, and I have released a video previously. I think it should have released yesterday, on how the Mystifiers functions, or at least how I'm getting all of these kills right off the bat. So how all of the enemy team goes down without basically us having to do or take any action whatsoever. Again, it's okay. It does the job. There are other units out there like Elisha, who compare with Karnak and the Ethereals team, which I think would be a bit stronger. Dahlia, just by herself, is probably one of the strongest units in the game. Aphrodite can steal all of these units as well. So there are plenty of avenues to go down with your team choices, but with my team choice personally, from what I've experienced in my other account, having Lancelot and Gaia together is just so strong. Especially if you've got, say, 5 Mystifiers. Because at the moment, we only apply 4 stacks of Corrode, I believe, to the enemies. But then we double that as well. So, yeah, so we applied those 3 stacks of Corrode, and that 3 stacks of Corrode is enough. If we do need to, we can take out Atrops, and we can put in a 5th Mystifier, which will pump that up to 5 stacks per enemy, which will give us 25 stacks altogether. Now, what we can do as well, we could take out Astrid at this point, because Astrid is not providing any attack increases. She is just providing the corrode support, so the 4 stacks of corrode per attack that she does. Not that she's getting any attacks off at the moment, but she does provide those 4 stacks of corrode. But what Emily does is Emily increases the corrode stack limit. Speaking of Emily, there you go. So it seems to have worked out just fine. But you can take out Astrid and pop Emily in to increase that corrode stack limit, so you build up faster as well. So we're going to power through, hopefully get some of these goodies. I don't know how far I'm going to go, because, well, to be honest, this is more of an ad hoc video. I didn't really expect to do it, to be honest, but I thought it would be a bit of fun just to see how far we can get with my new account as well. If you do want to see more of this new account, as well as alongside the main account that I'm running, then please do let me know down below. I would really appreciate it for some feedback on this type of content, sort of very low level content. For sort of newer players, and maybe if you're an existing player or you're a well-established player, then you can go ahead there. So what I will do, I'm actually going to change this team up because we do have team damage reduction available. So we need 3 Glorians. So of course my 3 Glorians will be Nawi, Lillian, Leah, Seraphina, and then I'm going to pop this combo in of Gaia and Lancelot as well. So we will pop, in fact, we're going to pop Lily and Leah on the back, and we'll pop Gaia on the back as well. And we're going to change up our relics. So we're going to put in the Lantern, we'll put in the Lear, and we'll put in Hand of Tyr as well, just so we get the bonus for our Glorians. It won't be nearly as strong as the Mystifiers team. We won't get this turn 1 kill or this turn 0 kill, but it may be worth a try just to see the difference as well. So taking out one of our enemies with taking out all of our enemies with Nawi. If you can pick up a copy of Nawi, I would still say she is the best low tier Glorian available. This should be fine. We should see this boss go down very, very quickly. I have actually just beat Hell 100, and that will be coming out, or it's already come out, I believe. I think it came out on Friday night. This should be releasing, or this video should be releasing on Sunday. So if you want to go into in depth into these tactics, the same tactics will apply at this level compared to Hell 100. It's still the same tactic. Fortunately, we're not able to, or it's not able to get through all of this shield. We are healing as well as providing ourselves increased shielding, and nearly dropped the phone. We've also got Gaia applying these corrode stacks as well. If we do lose this one, I'm not too fussed. We can just replace Nawi, Seraphina, and Lily and Leah with our Mystifiers team, and I suspect that will get the job done. Fortunately, it looks like we have been able to clear this boss's Holy Shield quite a bit, so he does have 29 stacks of Holy Shield available, but we'll see. I don't know if we can get through all of that Holy Shield, so let's go ahead and see. Tell you what, we'll go ahead and, yeah, because it looks like we can't actually die here. But it may be that we can't do enough damage. Yeah, round 13, that would have been a very, very long video. And we do get 1,000 diamonds as well. That is actually not bad at all, especially on sort of a more free-to-play account. Having those 1,000 diamonds really does help things. Yeah, all of these rewards are super important, because this is the first time I've gone through with this particular account. It's the first time I've gone through common, first time I've gone through hell difficulty, not hell difficulty, common difficulty, Rift Odyssey is what I want to say. So we'll see what the next boss is. We still got our damage reduction, which is why we've taken so little damage. But any of the 3, or any 3 Glorians will do for that damage reduction. You don't need to have Seraphina, you don't need to have Nawi, you don't need to have Lily and Leah. They are just better if you do. So we have our protector in the form of Lancelot. I do have my Lancelot's runes relatively high, and I have him all gold. So what we'll do is we'll pop you in, and we'll pop you in as well. I think we can change these two around. So pop these two on here. Oh, I didn't change relics. That's a shame. We'll see how quickly these guys die, though. I think they're going to die very, very quickly, to be honest. Yeah. No, Talos and Dullahan still surviving. That is their increased stats from the DD mechanic, or the Deviant or Divine mechanic. Very, very strong units, to say the least. But unfortunately, not good enough, it seems. We do apply all those stacks of corrode as well, so we're up to 28 stacks of damage and damage reduction as well. I think this team should be fine. Let's go ahead and skip through. And then what we'll do is we will stop at probably 50, but maybe not. It depends what time we're on. 10 minutes. We've still got another 10 minutes to go, which means we should be able to go up to around 60, as long as I don't miss anything or skip anything. But we'll see. We'll see. So go ahead and skip. And Emily, once again, Cursed Bride. We've already got our dodge in place, but if I were to deploy Talos, we could remove that plague effect. But it looks like it didn't need to anyway, fortunately enough. And no Solomon at 35. I'm so used to seeing Solomon at 35. The bind is so tough at later stages. Just really, really oppressive, to be honest. The fact that he binds all of your units, really... yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. So we'll just see how far we can push this. I don't know how far I'm going to be able to get, because I've never really done this before. I've never really got to a limit with this team. So we'll keep going. Again, what we can do, we could take out Astrid, or we could take out Franz. But Franz is, currently for me, it's 9 stars. So he is applying a lot of damage and a lot of pressure, and he does soak up a lot of damage as well. So it looks like round 2 for these guys, and it's because of the Phantom synergy on the enemy team. Do not underestimate that Phantom synergy. Really, really good and strong ability, Phantom. It's really proved itself over the course of the past 3 seasons or so. I wouldn't main a Phantom team, except if potentially Avengers got a stat increaser, like, for example, Elisha or Gaia, or even now Tsukiyomi. If we got a unit on there which boosted the entire team on the Avengers, then I think you could really have a very viable Avengers team. But again, I think the only one that does that realistically, that applies it to everybody, or not everybody, but has a chance to apply it to everybody, would be the, what do you call her? The new unit, Dio-chan. There we go. So Dio-chan does. So it looks like Avengers are the key to this, but my Avengers team isn't great. As you can see, 3-star Solomon, 2-star Albert, 2-star Persephone. I do have an Althea, and I have got my Sal, of course. I don't even know why we're still running those. Let's go Cauldron. Book and Hand of Tyr. We will... Yeah, this will be absolutely fine. I have pumped a lot into Ozzy as well, just because he does, at this stage in the game, he does a lot of damage. But fortunately, I think Astrid is going to outpace him eventually. Round 1. Okay, there. Yeah, again, Mystifiers, they're just so strong. The corrode effect and the increased 200% damage, just so powerful. Really is. I don't know what else to tell you. It is just so strong. Now, we could have auto-battled all the way through this, but again, I just wanted to see how well we do at more of these later stages. And again, even at stage 53 in common, we're still one-shotting these enemies. As you can see, round 1, and doing technically 0 damage to any of these units. It's just the corrode that's kicked in. Now, Minotaur can be a problem if you let him build up over time, but you just need to kill him quickly. If you can't do that, then go pick up some Mystifiers. Specifically, pick up a Gaia or pick up a couple of copies of Lancelot. I think you only need Lancelot at 6 stars. Let me just go ahead and check this 1 sec. So, where are we? Here we are. Yeah, when Lancelot is deployed, increase the corrode effect damage by 200% for all allies. That's really good in PvE. PvP, you need to get him up to higher star levels for the increased stats. But against this type of PvP, should be very, very easy. Once you get Lancelot at 6 stars, he will effectively own the field for the first couple of days, and then follow it on from that. If you can get a copy of Gaia through your Oracle summons, there are other units to go for as well, like Dahlia, like Elma, for example. But at this stage, when you're at sort of between levels 1 and 50, I would say that it's more important to prioritize this type of damage, where you just one-shot the enemies, or you reduce their health down so little that your basic attacks are going to kill them. That's the priority. So we are getting up to round 2 now, so we're not one-shotting these enemies anymore. Let's go ahead and watch 65. We'll just see how far we get. So we have been killing these guys on turn 2 now, because they've started to increase their HP and get shielding. As you can see, we didn't one-shot them, but we are basically doing enough damage to them so that we can one-shot them with our basic attacks. Still, that's going to get worse as time goes by. It's only just coming up to round 2 that we lose, as in we enter round 2, and that's when enemies do go down because of the corrode stacks that have already been placed on them. This one, round 1, very, very strong. Again, we'll just see. Yeah, we'll just see how effective this gets later on, whether or not this type of I would call it cheese. I would definitely call it cheese. Is still effective, and I think it will be, because even in my other build or in my other account, I still ran through the majority of Abyss difficulty and Nightmare difficulty and Abyss difficulty, and a lot of Hell difficulty actually, with a purely Mystifiers team, just because they do so much damage with Gaia on the team. It's kind of unfair, really. PvE, I would say Gaia is probably either Gaia or Dahlia. Both do relatively similar things, except Gaia does it for your entire team, rather than Dahlia just switching with one particular unit, which makes your overall team stronger. But Dahlia just as a single unit by herself is just so tough. So we did do it in round 2. We're 75, and yeah, we'll just have to see. I didn't expect to go this far, to be honest. What time are we on? 17 minutes to take me just to power through. So yeah, it's not bad at all. And again, we just need to keep sticking with the same strategy. If I'm honest, this is probably the easiest way to get through any PvE content in the game, is just by having a team of 5 Mystifiers effectively. That for me is one way to seal it. It's just having this increased Mystifier damage by 200%. I believe Franz also does a lot with the corrode damage, so let's just have a quick check. Increased cure rate, and yeah, when Franz is deployed, increased corrode damage dealt by allies by 100%. So technically, we are up to an additional 300% corrode damage when Franz and Lancelot are deployed on the same team. So Lancelot effectively doubling the effectiveness of Franz there, but again, the 300%, it's just too much for common difficulty anyway. What I might do, might run through hard difficulty next. We do need a counter hero in this one, so very tempted to take Emily out, but we'll just see this play out. This is what I was talking about earlier with Solomon, but it looks like we've killed him off anyway. So if say for example we had another team like Ethereal's or Valianters, something like that, then that might have been a really tough fight, and we would have needed to deploy a counter hero. But again, Mystifiers just too strong at the moment, dealing too much damage right off the bat. Enemies just can't withstand it. We'll see how that is with Lachesis. So Lachesis' ability is to revitalize. So at the end of every round, I think we're just going to kill him before she gets to apply it. But at the start of every round, enemies will heal back up all the way to full. They'll heal all the way back up to full, which can prove very difficult if you haven't built your team correctly, or if you're not able to do enough damage to them. So what we will do, in fact, I think I will go all the way through to 100, and we can just watch this final 100 fight. Not that I'm expecting altogether too much from the enemies, just because they're pretty weak at the moment. So we'll power through, I think. We get to 94. Now Lachesis is the one that we need to be worried about. Again, we'll see this match. I think they're going down. Well, actually no, because they've got Monarch synergy. That's one way to counter this. As you can see, enemies are not able to lose more than 40% of their health in one go, which is why they've not been able to. It's why they've not been able to die straight off the bat. That is the one counter. But at this stage, it's very difficult for anybody to have 3 to 5 monarchs on the team. So this strategy also works very well in PvP. As I found, I am currently, last time I checked, I was sitting at number 3. In my server. There are plenty of other whales below where I am at the moment, even with units like Dahlia, Karnak, Elisha, all on the team. Mystifiers just outpace them at the very start before any buffs can be applied. Once the buffs start getting applied, that's when it gets much tougher for us to. That's when it gets much tougher. For us, but this team absolutely fine. As you can see, we are doing very well here. 99 shouldn't be too much of an issue. No, so round 2. It's because of the Phantom synergy. That was the problem. And then what we'll do, we'll just watch through. I think this boss is going down very quickly, though. If you do want to know how to pass this boss, you need the counterattack horn. It is the Avengers Horn artifact. Attacks all enemies 4 times, dealing 30% damage per hit, immune to all damage. If corrode effect is applied, the target will lose 1 HP and will also lose 1 HP every round. So it's much easier, actually, this time round. But I think the enemy boss is going to die in round 2. That's my prediction anyway, but I've been wrong before. So we do apply all of these corrode effects. Enemies are losing all of this HP. Every time Lancelot attacks, he will apply a stack of corrode, and they have also attacked us, losing 1 HP every time. So we are applying this corrode. This enemy loses an additional HP. They don't lose HP when we do trigger our cauldron, or the bubbling cauldron. That's very curious. Maybe they just didn't add it in as a source of corrode to lose. But Emily will attack through, dealing a lot of damage to this enemy boss. Gaia will do the business here. And yeah, applying even more stacks of corrode to these enemies, so we can lose it a bit faster. And then Astrid here. Again, not top tier Astrid. She's only 1 star for me, so again, it can be very, very tough. But enemy boss does die with thanks to the corrode stacks that have been applied. Minions didn't even go down, and we were up to 50 stacks of corrode at that point. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. So that is common 100. Let's go ahead, claim all of our goodies, and then what I might do, just run through hard difficulty, see whether or not that's any use at all to us. And in fact, let's go ahead, let's do this on here. Who am I picking from here? I don't need any more Franz. The reason that I don't need any more Franz is I've got him up to 9 stars already. So we go in, the way that I choose who to pick from there, I look at all of my teams and I see which is the weakest. So as you can see, Themis, 2 stars. I've got Katrina, 2 stars. I do have Lily and Leah, 2 stars as well. We do have Celine at 1 star, and we have Sylvan at 1 star as well. So I think I'm going to go and choose Celine through this ticket. Again, probably your best bet is Lily and Leah. In fact, no. I've got to choose Lily and Leah. It's got to be done. We'll choose Lily and Leah. We'll get them up to Monarch synergy as well. So very, very strong. And what we need to do is we need to jump into, not Relic Vault, but Oracle Temple. And I've now got 15 of these, so we'll finish the video off with 15 summons, which will get us up to, summon again, get us up to that 15-star mark. Oh, not 15-star mark. Summon 15 times, and we do get the rebate, which will get us up to 100, I believe. So let's jump into Merchants Guild, go into our redeem points, and into Oracle Shop. And as you can see, I've got 100 points here. So who do I pick? Now, I do have videos on Elisha. I have videos on Hades. I have videos on all of these units, any of these units which you can go ahead and pick. My personal pick was Gaia. It does refresh in 8 hours, so I might just hold on to it so I can get Gaia at 7 stars rather than at the 6 stars that I've got her at. But maybe diversifying is the key as well. So potentially unlocking a Dahlia. So Gaia possessed unit, so we reduce the speed, and additionally, yeah, we don't care about that last bit, but it's the speed reduction, I think, which I'm going to go for. So in 8 hours, I will redeem those and pick myself up a second copy of Gaia, as I'm maining Mystifiers. But Dahlia is very tempting. What does Dahlia do at 6 stars? Hold on. Does she trade? Go into Archives, we go into Mystifiers, we go to Dahlia, and she will switch position. For each one buff stack increase, 60%, so ally. Okay, so I think we get that passive. So switch positions with an ally. For every 1 buff stack, attack is increased by 30%, max HP is increased by 60%. And what's the second one? 100% to copy her buffs. Okay, so I think I might have to go with Dahlia on this one. Just to get that additional swap effect. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go ahead, get a copy of Dahlia, but eat the frog, bite the bullet, so to speak. So I'll pick up a copy of Dahlia, and that will allow me to pass through my Mystifiers as well. Go into here, jump in. Picked up a copy of Dahlia. Weird to see her without a skin, but is what it is. Jump into our Archives, claim all. Very important feature. And then we're going to go ahead and advance. Unlock some talents. Again, I've not got too many resources here. So we're going to go ahead and activate this. Activate you. So at least we get her talents activated as well. And go ahead and equip all. It looks absolutely fine to me. So very, very good. And now we've got a copy of Dahlia in the box. Looking forward to testing her out and seeing what combos we can come up with Dahlia at 1 star. Let me just make sure. Hold on. Yeah, that's fine. So we do get the increased attack and increased defense. Very, very strong. And I think a unit that we're going to use quite frequently as well. So very much worth the investment. And advance her here. And jump into Royals. Go ahead and advance her again. Not bad. So that is a hefty power increase. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day. And let me know if you want more content like this.